for a moment, just in the middle of your mat. And we'll just use our hands to refresh our bodies and give ourselves a little spring scrub. So take your hands to your belly and just give yourself a nice little belly scrub. You could use your fingertips or your whole palm. You could go in circles, nice to follow your digestive pattern. And whatever you're doing, let your whole body kind of get into it. So even if it's just hands, well, your hands are connected to your arms and your shoulders and head and spine. So let's bring it down to the legs and the sides of the legs, as well as the torso, sides of the belly, waistline, back, body, the low back. You might take a little extra moment there, and butt, hamstrings, and hamstrings are going to bring you forward. So make your way all the way down to your feet and then roll it back up with the hands all the way up to the chest, all the way up through the head. Let's bring it back down through the head, face, neck, maybe arms along the way, back down to your feet. Circular motion, front to back to front. Find your breath with it. Just welcome yourself to your body and shaking off any of the shagginess, the winter blues. Let's take a moment just for our arms, one arm at a time, rubbing outer arm, inner arm, right down to the palm. Hands come together, little shake it out side to side, and then up the other arm. So a little vim and vigor as we get started. Take the armpits and the side body, and anywhere you haven't met yet, maybe the upper back or the back of the neck, front of the neck, just give yourself a little pat, rub. You can even give a tap. Eyebrows, forehead, shampoo the hair, and just a little hop. Finding that breath. Shake out the legs. And then come to a moment of stillness, feeling the effects of that little spring scrub. Let breath flow fully through your body, as far reaching as possible, maybe to the toes and the toenails, heels. Imagine your bones and how they float around the fluid parts of your body, the muscular parts of your body, the sinew parts of your body. See if you can create a little more space between the bones. Getting taller. Heart center soft. Flowing the arms up high, big breath in. Palms come together and just a little back bend, walking your fingertips up along the ceiling, as far back as feels good in yourself. And then we're going to find the ground. So bowing down, bending the knees, finding your way to all fours. And we'll work with some cats and cows. Inhale, lifting chin, chest, eyes, tail, and exhale, rounding. And really deepen your breath here. And let's move a little faster than we normally do. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, in, out. Kind of churning the belly here. In and out several times. Really working the energy of the body. Last 2 rounds, in and out. Last one. Left hand comes underneath the nose and the right arm flows to the sky, and just open up into our first twist. Just hold it, pause, expand, give your head a little nod, yes. And exhale, we'll thread the needle. We're going to flow with it. So inhale, flow on back up. Exhale, flow through. A little faster. Inhale, flow. Exhale, shoulder to ground. Inhale, open. Exhale, shoulder to ground. Last one, open it up. Right shoulder and right ear to the ground. This time we'll hold it. And left arm flows to the sky. If you like it, left leg reaches back. It gives you a little more space, a little more dynamic. It might help you come a little deeper into a twist. Left hand wraps around the back toward the front of the right thigh, and the left shoulder circles out. Enjoy. Churning the left shoulder, gazing toward the sky with your eyes. One more breath. Let's unfurl. Come on back. Curl the toes under and pull the hips back toward the heels. Open the arms out in front of you for a more active child pose. Elbows are off the ground, forehead on the ground. And just breathe into your length. Play with spinal movements if that feels good. And just take a moment to form a little intention for your practice, letting the forehead land, letting the brain cool. What would feel good for today on your mat and beyond? Let's come out and release and curl the toes the other way and tap on the tops of the feet, tops of the ankles, refreshing the tops of the ankles and the feet, all 10 toes. Right hand comes under the nose at the top of the mat. Left arm flows up to the sky. Lean back, open up, pausing, letting it grow, letting it expand. Coming into your twist, just the way you show up. Maybe a little nod yes to the head to remind yourself of your intention. And we're going to flow with it with breath. Exhale, flow through. Inhale, back up. Exhale, shoulder to ground. Inhale, open. Exhale, shoulder to ground. Inhale, open. And we landed this time. Left shoulder, left ear to ground. Coming into our twist right away. Right arm flowing up to the sky. If it feels right, right leg reaching back. You don't have to do the same thing on each side, but it's good information. How far can you take your twist here? Right arm wraps round the back toward the front of the left thigh and circle that right shoulder. Gaze goes toward the sky. Churn the shoulder, the breath of the upper chest. Opening up the energy there. And one more breath in. And let's unwind and find our way to all fours. This time we'll come down to chest and chin. Feeling the arches of the back. And then lower to the belly, forehead to the ground. Interlace your hands back behind you and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the arms up and away. Really just working, focusing on the shoulders for now. Shoulders draw away from ears, arms rise, belly squeezes in, and let's roll to the left side, arms behind us, and right foot comes to the ground, and we twist toward the sky with the belly, with the chest, shoulders squeeze. Come on back through center and take it to the other side. Left foot comes back behind you. Arms are still clasped. Head finds its way to ease. Open the belly and chest toward the sky. Come on back to center. Make your way to your version of a cobra or mini up dog. And then exhale, press it back down. Through a child pose, breath in and breath out there. Turn your palms face up this time. And just spread through the low back, chest, breath. Give your tail a little wag. Let your shoulders roll. And your forehead. Slow your breath a little bit. And let's make our way on up to downward facing dog. Hips rising high. Perhaps bending one knee and then the next to ease into your pose. Opening the hips. Letting the head sway side to side. Let's meet with the left hand back toward the right calf or ankle. A little twist here. Peeking under your armpit, your right armpit. Breathing into the shape. Both heels pressing toward the ground or to the ground. Right palm energized. Come on back to down dog. Breath in and a breath out. If it feels fun, take a couple little hops. Lifting your feet off the ground, both of them. And then right hand reaches back toward the left leg. Calf, ankle, maybe you don't make it there, that's okay. Strength through the left arm and the feet, the legs. Sitting bones rising. Peeking underneath that left arm. Take a breath in. Return back to the down dog. Open the mouth, make a sound. Stick out the tongue if you're so inclined. Reach your right leg up to the sky and stack your right hip over the left. Bend your knee, roll open. Really breathe into the inner seams of the legs, the belly. Lift that right leg high, inhale. Exhale, round and squeeze in knee to nose. We'll take two more like that. Reach the leg high, inhale. Exhale, round and squeeze in. One more, reach it up. Round it in. And let's step the right foot forward and dip down onto the left knee. Reach the arms on up, interlace the fingers, sink your hips down deep. Drop the shoulders and launch up through the chest and the eyes. Look up. Open the mouth, yawn through the jaw, big breath in. Hands to the heart, come back to neutral pelvis rather than sinking too far forward. And then twist, left elbow past the right thigh. Hands are in prayer. And just let yourself find the spiral, find the twist. For 3. Really let it be active and filled with breath in and out. 2. Churn the belly button. 1 more breath. Let's unfurl and walk around to the side of the mat. Lift the knees off the ground, hands under shoulders. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold down. Take a little rest. Shake out the head. Engage and open through the legs and the spine. 3 breaths. Deeper and fuller. Flat back inhale. If you feel like having a little extra fun, hop both feet off the ground just for fun. And then walk your way back around to the front and step on back downward facing dog. Breath in and make a sound, stick out the tongue. Ha. Left leg flows to the sky, stack left hip over right. Bend the left knee, roll your hip open and breathe. Shoulders draw away from ears, palms press forward. Head hanging heavy. Launch your left leg up to the sky, squaring the hips. Inhale. Exhale, round and squeeze in knee to nose. Feel that belly button working, the belly churning. Inhale, leg is high. Exhale, round and squeeze in, belly strong. Third round, inhale, lift it on up. And this time we step forward, left foot steps, dip down onto the right knee, come on up. This time, interlace your hands back behind you, sink through the hips. Drop the shoulders and majestically launch the chest, the throat, the eyes. Feel the beauty of the pose, the opening for your body. Come back to more neutral stance and reach the right arm up and across. Right elbow past the left thigh. Palms come together and churn with the breath. Activate your belly to really make this a deep central churning and releasing of the crud that is inside. These poses help us. Let your eyes gaze past the left shoulder, last breath. Hands come down and walk over to the side of your mat. Lift both knees, toes in, heels out, flat back, inhale. And just fold it, bow it, cooling pose, head either dangling or finding its way to the ground or block. Slow the breath. Make some sound out the mouth if it feels right. One more breath. Flat back, inhale. Then let's walk back around to the front and find our way through a vinyasa, high plank. Chaturanga, just hovering above the mat. Inhale, up dog, shoulders drop, heart opens, collarbones broaden. Exhale, find your way, down dog, breath in. Maybe make some sound, breath out. If you want, you can hop your way to the front of the mat. Maybe a couple hops or maybe just one. Lengthen on out, flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold and bow. Hands to the head or hair, just inviting the head to dangle. Knees can be very bent if you like. And you can walk your legs out really wide on the mat. If touching feels good in your body, you can invite the hamstrings to lengthen and soften. Keeping the touch to the shoulders or neck or head might feel amazing. Pulling the hair might feel absolutely right for the spring energy to rise. Left hand down, right hand to sacrum and twist. Maybe the right thumb invites that right hip back as you twist toward the right. Maybe the right arm launches to the sky, feeling your wingspan. Inhale, ooh la la. And exhale, replace the left hand with the right. And find the twist to the other side, left thumb, pulling back the left hip. Maybe the left arm flows to the sky, big wingspan. If so, through those arms, wonderful pose. Inhale. And exhale, release. Take a moment to drop down into a squat. If your heels don't touch the ground, find a way to support them. Inner elbows up to inner thighs, toes point out, thumbs come to the heart center, chest lifts, low back lengthens. After the twist, it's nice to come back to an integrated neutral. Take a breath in here. And then we're going to do something fun. Turn the toes in or keep them out, but see if you can stand your palms under the soles of the feet. And then on your exhale, find your squat. Knees come wide, armpits and knees meet. Straighten on up. Inhale. Head back bows. Exhale, bend the knees, squat, hands under feet. See what's possible for you. Just have some fun with it. If this isn't possible, make it up for yourself. You could release the hands or just enjoy the hands under the feet in a squat or in a forward bend. Last round. Hands stand on feet. Feet stand on hands. Straighten the legs. Release those hands. Bend your knees and roll your way, pressing through your feet, rounding up to standing. As you get to the top, circle those shoulders. Circle the hips, circle the spine, or just move the spine. How does your body want to move to feel really good right now? And then take some big back strokes. With a sigh as it makes its way, the hand makes its way back behind you. So the inhale up, the exhale swaying behind you, a few rounds like that. Let's meet with the arms high, feet planted on the ground, tall shoot of a sprout out of the earth. Big breath in, hands to the heart. Just pausing. Shifting your weight off to your right foot, let's start with balance with tree pose. So you might start with the toes to the ground and the left heel to the inner seam of the right leg. You might be ready to bring that foot all the way up, right up to your pelvic basin. So see what feels good in your body, possible, and be a tree. Find your roots, find your branches, find your tree friends. Feel the bark of your body, the long branches, maybe some leaves sprouting. Inhale, woo, and feel free to fall out. Trees fall. Let's find the other side. So shift to your left foot and find what feels right today for you and your body. Right foot to inner left leg somewhere. Try not to have it right at the knee. And choose a hand position that feels expressive and possible. And maybe a little different, since we're working to spring energy where things are different and new, surprising. Maybe you fall out of the pose. And both feet to the ground, hands to the heart. Volcanoing, hands up to the sky. Lava flow, inhale. Exhale, bow, fold, let it go. Maybe the knees bend to take you there. Reach on out, flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step or jump it, high plank. Chaturanga, low push-up, elbows into the body, collarbones wide. Inhale your version of an up dog, pausing for a moment. Hips down, heart high, legs firm, elbows in close to the body. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg on up to the sky. And let's step straight into the warrior two, nice open pose. Right foot steps, left foot spins flat, find your footing and rise on up. Take a moment to really feel your legs. Feel how firm they are against the earth. Reach the arms out in big wingspan once you feel ready. And let's just hold it here for a little longer than we might normally, just building some heat. Feeling into the shape of the pose. Feeling your core engagement. Let that left arm be an invitation for attention. Reaching the left arm back behind you, rather than the gaze always really reaching you forward. Feel the balance between the arms. Let's reverse the warrior now. Inhale. And meet me in side angle. Right elbow to right thigh. Left arm over left ear. This is a twist. So right knee moves toward pinky toe and the body spins away from that knee and inner right thigh. Wrap your top arm around the back. Feel into the energy of twist. Shoulders draw down the back. Gaze eventually goes past the left shoulder, all the way from the belly button, the ribs, the heart, the gaze. Let's unwind halfway, coming on the ball of the left foot, maybe stepping it in a touch. Straighten both legs. Lift the 5 toes of the right foot off the mat so you're just on your heel. Spread those toes and Replace the foot down and let's twist toward the inner right thigh. See if you can be on all four corners of each foot. If not, come on the ball of the left leg. That's totally fine with the left foot. Spin. Heart high. Take a breath, inhale. And let's unfurl, step back and move through your vinyasa, high to low, upward facing. Take your time in that upward facing, an extra pause, hips drop, heart lifts, legs strong, gaze straight ahead or high. And then meet me back, down dog. Breath in and a sigh. Head nods yes. Come back to your intention and remember it. Head shakes out no. Notice what you're saying no to these days. Left leg flows up to the sky. Big breath in. Stepping into that nice open wide warrior two. Taking your time to land it. Hands might stay at hips for an extra breath or two, just to get your legs settled and rooted. In the spring, the roots are forming. These tender roots form to become stronger and stronger through the season. Arms expand along the horizon. Right arm, let it be an energy center for you, pulling you back as you turn forward. Left arm, reach it. Find the space in between the pull of the arms, opening the heart, turning the palms open and reverse your warrior. Inhale. Exhale as you're ready, side angle lunge, elbow to thigh, right arm over the right ear for a big open stretch for the right side, and then a half bind. So you're really working belly, ribs, heart, and gaze. Left knee moving in opposition towards your pinky toe. How long can you get through your torso all the way down that right leg? And right out the crown of the head, shooting out. One more breath. Unfurl halfway so you're on the facing front to the mat. And pyramid pose, lifting the 5 toes of the left foot. Imagine that foot getting longer as the foot lands back down to the earth. Right hand stays where it is, and left arm flows, maybe through pulling the hip crease back. Left hand flows to the sky or the sacrum. You choose, you work it. Back leg, if you can, bring the heel to the ground. That's awesome. If you can't, just come up on the ball of that right foot. It's all good. Listen to your body and its wisdom. Take another breath. And let's unwind and step, this time the right foot forward to meet the left. Reach on out, flat back, inhale. Exhale, hug in, bow in, fold in. Toe heel your feet together and bend your knees and drop your hips and swoop your arms on up. Opposite hand to opposite elbow, and a nice side stretch from elbow through hip, side to side. Come back to center. Lift the arms on up and drop the shoulders. Sink the shoulder blades. Sink the hips, sink the heels. Maybe you can lift the 10 toes, big breath in. Exhale, hands to the heart, and we twist left elbow past right thigh. Knees swivel to the left, and heart turns up toward the right. Churn your belly. Find your breath. Let it be very active. One more breath. Let's unwind and walk the feet out to hip width. Take the big toes around, take the big toes with first 2 fingers and thumb. Pause and lengthen, inhale, and exhale, forward bend. Head dangles. Have fun shifting your weight a little bit. Back, forth, side, side. What does your body need? What does your body need more of? And what does your body need less of? How about your mind? What does it need more of? And what does it need less of? One more breath. Flat back inhale. And exhale, release the hands and round your way up to standing. Arms reach wide and high. Inhale. Walk your fingertips along the ceiling. And exhale the hands right through the center line of your body. Find it. Landing at the heart. Toe heel your feet together. And sink your hips. And this time just interlace your hands behind for Anutkatasana with the hands behind you clasped. Drop the shoulders, lift the arms a little bit away from the body as the heels and hips sink, as the chest opens. Big breath in. And then meet me with the hands at the heart center. Dip a little deeper and we'll twist this time right elbow past left thigh. Hands come to prayer. Knees swivel to the right as the chest opens to the left. Enjoy. Give your head a little nod, yes. And turn with your belly. Belly strong and twist. For 3. Find the breath. 2. Sink the hips, lift the heart. 1 more breath. Release. Toe heel your feet wide again, hip width. And this time again, if it's possible, palms under soles of feet. You could also choose to draw the inner wrists to the front of the mat as the fingertips, palms face down, face the back of the mat. So have fun with it. See what's there for you. Bow your head. Shift your weight forward towards your toes so you can really press into your hands. Breath in and breath out. Release, shake out those hands, round your way up to standing. Reach the arms wide and high, inhale. Left hand stays high, weight shifts to left foot. Right hand reaches for right foot. Knees come together. And this could be your dancer's pose. Right chest opening, left arm really active to the sky. If you rather come a little deeper, launch the left thigh up to the sky as the chest reaches a little bit forward. It's a forward and up pose. It's a dancer's pose. Take another breath. And let's, for fun, step into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior, straighten your left leg. And hinge your way, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left arm sweeps. And maybe you find your block behind your shin. Right arm flows to the sky or wraps around the back. Find your stance through the legs. And spin your heart up towards your top thumb. Open your right palm like a big sun. Long torso, active core. Take a breath. Little micro bend to the left knee. We're going to just step the right foot forward to meet the left and rise back up. Reach the arms wide and high. Right hand stays high. Left hand takes left foot. Balancing on the right side. Super long charged line from fingertips down through right foot. And go ahead and make your way into your pose. Maybe you stay right where you are. Maybe you boldly go 1/4 inch. Use your breath. Let it take you there and feel an expression of energy through your pose. Step wide, warrior 2. Reverse and straighten your right leg. Inhale. And hinge the tailbone toward the left foot. Right hand comes down to shin block or floor. Express yourself through this beautiful pose. Is your core part of your expression? Is your smile part of your expression? Is your knee safe and comfortable? Feel like you're putting a little cherry on top of the pose. And then let's unwind. Step back strong, high plank pause. Knees down, chest down, chin down. Belly down and forearms to the mat for stakes. Palms face up. Shoulders drop, chest lifts. Breathe into your belly and your legs. Give your head a nod, yes. And a shake out, no. Take time. Interlace the fingers and let's find our way to a dolphin pose. Walk your knees in and then launch your hips high. You're on your forearms. And just breathe here as the chest presses back, the elbows press forward. Just breathe. Biggest breaths yet of the practice. Check in with your jaw and your head. And then walk your way to down dog. Your timing. And just really open up your dog any which way that the body's asking. Maybe you bend your knees, maybe you arch your back or round it or both. Shoulders, check in with them. Head, check in with it. Toes and fingers. Right leg flows to the sky, big breath in. We're going to take the right foot, rather than pigeon pose, we're going to come with a straight leg. So the right leg comes at a 90-degree angle to the length of your mat. And your left leg is extended long, just like in pigeon. So it's sort of like pigeon, but the right leg is crossed over to the left side here. And just lift your chest. And this is a twist, right? You can feel. To come deeper, walk your hands a little bit over toward the right. And just breathe with your chest up. Twisting, staying strong through the back leg. You could come on the ball of that left foot as you turn your torso gently toward the right. Interesting pose. How's your jaw? Let's unfurl and open the legs out into a V. So you're facing kind of the back of your mat. And just pause there and feel your center. That's a pretty big twist. So take a moment to just center in. Two halves of the pelvis, two legs, two sitting bones, two shoulders and arms, one long spine, two eyes and ears. Hands behind you to lift you up a little bit. Maybe a tiny little feeling of back bend. And then hands to the ground in front of you and walk it out. Maybe you only go a couple inches. Maybe your chest flops on the floor. Listen to your body's wisdom. Be kind, be caring. Stoke your fire. 3 breaths. Breathe, all of you. And rise. And go ahead, bend your left knee so your left heel comes in close to your right hip. And then swing your right leg across to the outer side of your left leg. Hug your left arm around your right thigh. And right hand comes back behind you and twist. Enjoy the twist. Notice any parts of you that still need a little bit of opening or stretch or movement. For me, my neck, my jaw, my spine. See if you can get taller as you twist. Take another breath. And hands find their way to the front of your mat and find your way to down dog. Just have fun with it. Maybe it's a vinyasa. Maybe it's a twisty, turny kind of situation. And we'll take this all to the other side. So the left leg flows on up. And we're going to step the left hip to the front of the mat as the left leg reaches out to the right. That right leg is straight on back behind you. And if possible, as much as you can, lift your chest and walk your hands over gently a little bit or a lot to the left. You'll feel it. Legs stay strong. One leg is moving off to the right and one leg is moving back behind you. Feel the churn through your body. Feel the breath flowing into all the little nooks and crannies. Back of the knee of the right leg, back of the calf, heel. Last breath. And unwind and just open your legs out to a V. But this time we'll bring the heels in and the feet in rather to connect to one another. So you're still facing the back corner of your mat, but your feet are together and your knees are wide. Hands come to big toes or around the feet or ankles. Lift your chest. And just breathe into this shape. Your heels could be close to your body or further away. Take a moment. And then with a long flat spine, lengthen out over your butterfly pose or your bound angle pose. Elbows come to the inner thighs and spine gets longer. Crown of head reaches. Tailbone lengthens back. Every vertebra in between gets space. And breath. Receptive. Gentle. Rise, rise, rise. Right knee stays in toward the pelvis and left leg swings around and across that bent right knee. Right arm hugs left bent knee. Left hand comes behind you and twist. And spin. And enjoy all the phases of the twist. Find your way to your fullest expression. And let's unwind, and this time find your way to lying on your back. And it's about time we gave those knees a squeeze. Gave the spine some length and some rest, some integration, some breath. As you feel ready, lengthen your legs out long on the mat. And reach your arms overhead, big stretch. Drop your belly in so you get some space around your waist. And then walk your legs together over to the left. And walk your arms overhead and parallel to one another, palms can touch. Also over to the left for banana pose, I like to call it. Opening that right side. It's like opening up the shutter doors after a long winter. Toes turn to the left and left heel comes to that outer right foot if that feels good for you. You can also take your left hand to your right wrist and give an extra tug. Whole right side body gets space. Some full breaths. Come on out, take a moment in the middle, feet down and then knees hug in and maybe a little rock side to side. Chin tuck. And lengthen the legs out again. Feet together, legs together, walking over to the right. Arms overhead, and maybe palms together or right hand takes left wrist, left toes point to the right, right heel comes to outer left foot, space, breath. Open parts of you that have not been attended to in a while. Slow down to really feel your body. And let's come back to center and lift the legs on up to the sky. If it feels okay for you, place a block under your pelvis and lift the legs up for an inversion. Another really, really wonderful and special pose, asana, that really is great for the body at this time of year. Letting the lymph drain out the legs. Slowing down and letting the weight come more into the chest and the heart, the upper back. Patience. Cooling. Slowing down. I'm going to invite the right foot to the inseam of the left leg and just rub along your, especially probably easiest to get the calf. Just the energy lines of spring on those inner lines of legs. Switching sides, left foot to inner right leg. Tending to ourselves. Come on out gently. Feet to the ground. Maybe a quick bridge to come off the block. If it feels right, pausing for a breath or two or three. Feeling your belly drop down and in on an exhale. Finding your way down, and hands come behind the head for some bicycles, opposite elbow to opposite knee, enlivening the core for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, last 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Soles of feet together, knees wide. Give your belly a rub. Slow down and cool down. As you feel ready, knees, both knees off to the left and the right arm out to the right. Luxuriate in our last twist. Last two twists, one to each side. What can you release? This is, a time for spring cleaning, letting go of things to make room for more. Knees to the right, left arm out to the left, twisting. Take your time with it. Breathing into it. Luxuriate in it. And when you feel ready, you'll get into your Shavasana. So there's no rush. If there's any last minute pose that your body wishes for, now is the time to take it. Settling in to a rest and a receiving, an integration of all that movement, wonderful energetic movement, spring-like energy. And just like the tulip opens during the day, it closes at night. So we need the opening and the closing in the springtime. We're not all busted wide open yet. We're still kind of working with the energy of winter, moving towards the fullness of summer. It's an in-between season where we get to open and close and find our quiet and find our expansion. Both are important. Shavasana. We're going to follow our Shavasana with a little sitting meditation, by the way. So just know that that's happening, I will guide you in, but for now, rest. Receive. Slow down. Ah, take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Any stretches or touches or movements that feel good, to find your way to rolling on your side. Pausing there on your side with a nice big hug. Rising when you're ready to seated, maybe dropping your forehead down to the ground to release anything that doesn't serve, anything that is excess. So we can lighten up as we come to seated. Find a seat, rooting down into the earth with your pelvis and your legs and your feet. Rising from there. We'll take a quick tour through the chakras. So turn your attention to the root chakra, the part of your body that touches the ground, especially your perineum and your anus and your bottom of your pelvis, the part that we sit on a lot of the day. So let's just bring some life and energy and connection there to see what's here. See if you can feel any buzz or movement. And let that energy rise, hands perhaps to your womb or the low belly right above your pubic bone. Could even be the deep low back. One hand on the front, one hand on the back, near your sacrum, your seat of sexuality and creativity. See what's here. How's the breath? How's the tone? How is the experience beyond the physical? What would you invite in or release? And let your attention rise just a little higher. The Manipura chakra, the seat of gems and power, just under your ribcage. Maybe feeling the whole circumference of that area and what you experience here energetically, physically, mentally. Any wisdom or lessons? How's your power? Next, rising to the beautiful heart center. Anahata chakra. Front of the heart, sides of the heart. back of the heart, all three-dimensional, living, loving being that you are. Tune into your heart. Feel its power and softness, its clarity. Its love. And right up to your third eye, your throat center rather, right here, just above the heart, the throat. Your voice. Perhaps also you're listening to voice. And maybe the voice beyond your own voice. What's here? What does it need, or what does it wish to release? How could you have your voice heard? Rising to the third eye center between the brows. A lot of times we use the thumbs there, just touch. Maybe explore the three dimensions of third eye. And of course, the eye of inner vision, of inner knowing. How's your intuition? How do you treat your intuition? How does it relate to the rest of you? Making your way to crown of head with touch, gently, really softly. This is a place where we really connect with divinity and everything, all things. Really invite that experience into your day, to your life, to your body and all the bodies, other bodies that you have, your ethereal body, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual body. Take a moment to feel all of you, all the parts in harmony or not. Let's bow to one another. Namaste.